Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com. Today is Friday, June the 18th, 2010. Let's have a look at the charts and see what's going on out there. Okay, the markets for today closed relatively flat. They all closed up on the upside for the U.S. Major markets, including the Dow Jones and Nasdaq, the S&P. But it was basically flat. There was no really big move there. And as we told you yesterday, it really doesn't matter what it does at this very moment. Right now, what they're doing is they're forming that other shoulder. And we're going to show you today a really good example of what's going on and why. Okay, check this out. First off, this is uh, a 8-month chart of the Dow Jones Industrial Average. I've gone to an 8-month just to show you the full view here. And each one of these candlesticks is 1 day. There are certain patterns that will set up in the market, and based on the pattern, some are more reliable than others. But one of them that you want to learn to look for, very reliable pattern, is the head and shoulders pattern. And it's a sell signal. It's a get out. This is a peak. Okay, so um, here's the here's how to spot it. First off, it has to form at the end of an uptrend. So you have to be in an uptrend to get it. Okay, if you're in a downtrend, you can't see one set up. It doesn't work that way. So it has to be in an absolute uptrend. And we've been in an uptrend for a while since March of 2009, so we know that that tenet is met. The next item you want to look for is just price activity. It looks very simple. You have a basic move to the upside and pull back down, and the next big move to the upside and pull back down, and then another move to the upside. Okay, here's the situation. You have the first shoulder, the left shoulder, the head formation, and then the formation of the right shoulder. And it's just a very, you can call it whatever you like, but it's just basically it's a head and shoulders pattern. And here's the tenets of the head and shoulders pattern. Number one, the high point of the left shoulder should be surpassed by the head formation. If the head doesn't bump above the first shoulder, it's not the same thing. You're not looking at the same thing I'm looking at. Okay. The next item is that the uh, following shoulder, the right shoulder formation, should not surpass the headline. I mean the top of the head. Okay. So this 1,100, I'm sorry, 11,258 line should not be breached right now. In this little rally we're having right here, it's very low volume, and I don't believe it'll break out for other reasons as well. But in a true head and shoulders formation, you do not want to see that happen. Okay, so if you're looking for a place to place your stop, there you go. Okay, now having all that said, there's some other items that can benefit you. If you have just what we've just shown you, just the head and shoulders pattern like this, that is a good sell signal all by itself. All right, it's very strong sell signal, but it can be stronger. All right. Here's some points I need you to add to your analysis skills. This low point right here, where you've pulled down to the bottom of the shoulder, the first shoulder, and started the head advance, that low point is 9,000 whatever. It doesn't matter. Just note the low point, okay? The following low point, at the end of the sell off of the head formation, and the start of the right shoulder, okay? Take that low point there, and then draw a line between those 2 points, okay? Just like that. That is called your neckline, all right? This neckline doesn't have to be sloping down. It can slope up. It can slope. I mean, it can be absolutely straight. It doesn't really matter. But it should be noted that when it is sloping down, it makes the signal even stronger. Okay, very important piece of information for you. And in this case, we have that, and it gives us more reason to trust this head and shoulders pattern. The next item that you want to note is that the volume. Now, volume is very important to us. We're always harping about that. So have a look at this. Here's some items about it. It doesn't have to be there for it to work, but whenever it is set up like this, the conditions are even stronger in favor of the call that we're giving now, which is a sell signal for the overall markets. Now, what you want to see is sell volume in the sell-off of the shoulder. You want to see some good pickup in sell volume, okay? And that's exactly what you've got. This time period where they sold off of this first shoulder, you've got it right there, okay? The next item you'd like to see is more sell-off, more sell volume at the end of the head. When they sell off of the head formation, after they've completed the formation and then they sell it off, you want to see strong sell volume in that. And the best case scenario should be greater sell volume than the selling of the first shoulder. And you've got that, okay? One more item to go over on the volume side. Let me get rid of that. Finally, you'd like to see more buy volume in the first shoulder, okay, than in the in the last shoulder formation, and that's exactly what you've got. Okay, all right, that's what you want to see. Why do you want to see that? Because it's telling you that buyers are fading as the trend develops, and sellers are increasing as the trend develops. Okay, and that basically is what you want to see at the top or the end of a rally. Is you're starting to see this, change up of direction where sell volume shifts in favor, or I'm sorry, volume shifts in favor of bears, and buy volume fades out as bulls get weaker and weaker. Okay, that makes perfect sense. And the last item here, because we haven't quite finished this shoulder formation yet, here's the thing to note about the shoulder formation. It doesn't have to be perfectly level with this one. Okay, like this was the high point of this first shoulder, and this first shoulder come up here, doing this little number up here, and you had the high point right there, and you've got the head. Okay, all right, and now you've got this one. He doesn't have to be perfectly level with this guy. All right, at this point, he doesn't have to do that. He can be higher. He can be lower. He can right now he could turn over. Okay, he doesn't have to be any particular place. I personally believe that when the neckline is trending lower, you can expect it to be not as you won't expect this. Okay, basically because the neckline is trending lower. What's happening whenever you see these trend lines like that? Your trend line is just telling you where buy and sell pressure are at, or they're strongest at least. So when you get those tools, all right. So you had this. I don't know what the exact bottom line is, but let's just say it was right here. Okay, and that's where they fell down. They met buy pressure. They couldn't go any lower, and back up they went. Okay, and they rallied up and they come back down. They met buy pressure. They couldn't go any lower. There's buyers at this level and holding this line. They couldn't go any lower, so they bounced back up here. Then all of a sudden they bounced to a new low below this one. Okay, what's that telling you? Well, it tells you that the buy pressure that was here, that they're no longer as bullish as they were. Okay, so now they're backing away. Well, if they're backing away here, they're probably not going to run it all the way up to here either. Okay, so you have more reasons to trust what I'm saying here. It's not just one indication we're looking at. We've got many. Every night we do one of these analysis videos and show you different reasons for our calls. Okay, awesome. I think the main point to take away from tonight's video is that the market is in fact peaking. You need to be shorting, not buying into this. Go back and watch our previous videos if you'd like to see more details on why we're making this call. And be prepared for a pretty big sell-off. What's going to happen, what you expect to happen, is once that neckline gets broken, support will then become resistance. So when she breaks through here, a lot of times they'll come back up and try to touch this neckline, and it will no longer be supportive. It'll be resistance, and she'll bounce back off of that line. Okay, be looking for that. All right, let's have a look at our disclaimer. The disclaimer: read it and weep. If you've not been to our free website at perfectstockalert.com, we encourage you to do that. 100% free. All we ask in return is you refer a friend. Also, please take the time to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That helps us out a lot when you do that. It helps us stay free. We appreciate that. God bless. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you on Monday.